This is Kim and Toasted at the TLC Barrel Racing Clinic, December 5th, 2015. I'm going to let both videos go through regular and then do a slow play review. Kim, you and Toasted did wonderful this clinic. I was so happy to see you guys back and sound and happy after October with her being a little bit off. You got your vet exam and made some changes in her shoeing, and she looks really good now. On the video on the left is your morning lope through, and the video on the right is your run for the jackpot, and you actually won the jackpot um, with this run and became the clinic jackpot champion. So I'm going to let them both go through slow play now. I'm going to try to get them started even. Obviously, in the afternoon, I think you ran a 17.7, and in the morning, it was like a 20-something. But I know in the morning, everybody was just getting warmed up, and so just an easy lope through. But what I'd like to see you make for some changes, I'm going to put them both on slow play now and have them start again. And as you can see, what I like better this clinic than last clinic, I like that you lined up with third. I like that you gave her a nicer arc. When you come into the barrels, I'm going to zoom in here on both of them. What I like here is the position. When you come in, you're much, at least a length and a half away from the barrel. So it allows her to really get her pivot foot under and makes for a nice easy approach than going at it really straight with no uh, arc at all. So there's 2 strides of rate on the right. We're going to watch the right video right now. There was 2 strides of rate, and then 1, 2, 3. She takes almost 3 strides around the barrel. Let me back that up again so you can see on both of them. When she's not going fast on the left, you'll notice she doesn't use her butt as much and kind of pops up out of habit from conversation in the past. But on the right, she digs in harder. 1, 2, 3 strides around the barrel. So that costs you time. So what I want you to think about when you're going faster with her, your saddle popped me up out of the saddle a little bit, and it seems to not let you sit down, or you need to work harder at sitting down. You're having a really nice sit here. You're starting to get under yourself. Your hands are guiding her, but then right here where you take that extra stride, 1, 2, then 1, 2. See right there? See how your body position is? You're not helping her, and she gets a little bit by. So I don't know if your saddle pops you up. See how it's throwing you forward? Your body position is here, and you see it a lot when you're right there. So you end up going really deep in the turn, and that's why you had 3 strides around it instead of 2. So that kind of hurts you. And as we continue on throughout the turn, you're in the forward position, so she's strung out, and even pushing off, she's strung out behind the barrel. So you want to give her that nice arc, 1 stride of rate, 2 strides of rate, 1 stride around the barrel, 2 strides around the barrel. That would help your time a lot. I like that you get up and hustle, you move her over, you get back to 2 hands here. I'm going to stop it, back up this barrel. And even in the morning when you're sitting here on the left, you still don't really sit, and you're not even holding the horn, you know. So see, even on the left here, she goes past the barrel. And we don't want that. We want her to really sit deep and rim them when you're asking her to. So, you know, maybe right at this point when your leg is by the barrel, you talk to her and say, whoa, and then instead of your hand here, lock down, push your shoulders back, tuck your seat under more, and then that'll help her instead of having that big pocket behind the barrel. That hurts you right there. We don't need that much room. Okay, so I'm going to back this video up, and we're going to look at where she starts to rate. Okay, so watching the video on the right, 1, 2, 1, 2, much better. But even on this video, you've sat really nice here. You go to the horn, you sit down. She's still getting her hip out just a little bit. So we want to work on exercises like I showed you, going straighter, longer, and stopping with her hip at the barrel and be square like that. So she understands that she shouldn't, because here she starts straight, but then as soon as you go to the horn, she's starting to let that shoulder get in and her hip get out a little bit. So, but you rim it really nice there. Your body position is a little up a little early. You could probably try to stay seated a little bit longer and then get up at that point. That would be better. Okay, so I'm going to let it go on. Um, and again, we're going to watch the video on the right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, almost 2 1/4. So she rates that barrel a little bit earlier and takes an extra stride of rate. So if she can go ahead and run up in there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So she's, really cooking on this part for you. You got up, you hustled her. But right here, you rate her a little bit sooner. You're getting in her face. What you could do is just sit deeper once again. Instead of pulling on the rein, just wait till you get to this point here, 2 strides from the barrel, and then really sit down. But if you'll notice again, she's kind of got her hip out a little, her shoulders in a little bit. So again, I want you to work on the straighter, longer drill and walk, trot, and canter and stop square when her hip gets to the barrel, and let her know she needs to travel straight up in the turn and be level. Okay, and then 1, 2, we're going to stop there on the back side of that barrel. And I'm going to show you again, the barrel on the left you're going slower, but we really do want to be sure that you're sitting through the whole turn. So you're trying really good there to sit. You sit there, you're guiding with your hand. That looks really good. Okay, and you sat pretty good through that turn. If anything, you got up a little bit soon right here. So at that point, what I'd like you to do is, instead of leaning forward here, I'd like you to sit back, use your outside legs so you don't have to be on that inside rein so much to finish the turn. And so she doesn't have that big lunge. So a saddle maybe that sits you deeper, a saddle that maybe sits you back more as she powers out, because she has a lot of power when she leaves a turn, will probably help you. So what I'd like to see you do, it was awesome. I love Toasted. I think she's a really nice mare. Again, when you practice the barrels, take a nice arc to your first barrel, and then on each barrel, come in straight and then stop when her hip gets to the barrel. Make sure she's square. Let her see the barrel in her rearview mirror and let her be standing square. If her hip's out, put it in. So that would be the barrel work, and I would do it at a walk, trot, and maybe a slow lope occasionally. And just do the walk, trot thing once or twice a week to remind her job. And then the drills that I think would be good for her would be the all lefts, all rights, where you could circle a barrel or a cone and go ahead and just do it like that. And what that will do for her in a small circle, again, we'll be teaching her to stay forward and around, traveling in her straight lines, keeping her hip and shoulders square. And then you'll sit for rate before the circle, before the barrel, but then you want to make sure her hip and her shoulder are up and around, and she has a beautiful circle. You sit through the turns, only get up on the exit of the circle and drive her out. So that would be a drill I'd like you to do. Thank you for coming back to the clinic. So happy for you too, winning the jackpot, and so happy to see her sound. So thank you again.